Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tech Concept and my second video in data collection, which is public API access, which is a free demo in Google Colab. So this notebook demonstrates how to access the public API for free using Python. So each example uses a real public API endpoint with zero or minimal authentication. To access public API for free in Google Colab, there are multiple ways depending on whether API like that. So it has some different ways like requires no keys, means public and open, and requires free API after sign up, or offers free higher access with some limited quota. So here is a detailed list of different ways to access the public APIs for free. So let's see one by one. So I've taken first as opening the first weather map. So it is free and no authentication is required. So as I said in the last time, to accessibility with the HTTP for any web, we are using the library request. So let's import that request library, which is important to get the URL. And next, I'm taking the URL of our required openmeteor.com, which retrieves the hourly temperature data using latitude and longitude. So I can open and show you that link. So this is of API of openmeteor.com, where we have a latitude, longitude, generation time, UTC offset second, time zone, and then GMT, elevation, hourly units, and temperature. Okay, here I just want to show first five temperature hourly basis. Okay, so how we can get this hourly basis temperature from the weather from the API. So that is required here. To get that response, I'm just writing request.get of that URL, and then I'm assigning data as response.javascript notation, which is JSON. And that function, if I call, it will getting the result in JSON, and then I'm printing data of hourly with the temperature. So I have to combine both, so I'm taking both hourly and temperature, and I'm printing first five in the range with a colon 5 means first five. So I'll once again execute it. See, first five temperature hourly basis data we are accessing publicly from the API data, which is of given in the URL. So this is one way of accessing. Okay, I have written the detail about it. No API key is needed for this demo, and it demonstrates the basic GET request and JSON parsing, and shows the first few hourly temperature reading. That is first five readings we are taking, and it's great for weather forecasting or analytical projects. So what is the temperature for the first 5 hours? So that we are getting here. Let's go to the next one, which is CoinGecko API, fetches current USD prices of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So here, completely public API. Again, no keys or authentication is required, and it's ideal for building crypto dashboard as well, or else you can say the alerts. And data is written in simple again JSON format, and extremely fast and lightweight. So here, just give the URL of this CoinGecko, and I'm just taking the response with the request.get URL and print that response.json. So I'll just once again execute. So it is giving the Bitcoin with the USD as this much and Ethereum as USD as this much. So this is data is returned in JSON format. Okay, so this is how we can get the CoinGecko APIs also taking the result. So this is also a way of collecting the data with the CoinGecko API. Let's move to the next one. So through the NASA API, we have with the api.nasa.gov, and through that government NASA URL with the APOD, what we call as astronomy picture of the day. Okay, so it uses a free demo key and access NASA's pictures of the day. So today's is 11th July. So today's astronomy of the picture day will be given by this URL. So response equal to request.get of NASA URL, which is given, and print with the JSON format. So I'll repeatedly execute because already I executed this notebook. So here, copyright is giving clear skies. Date is today's 2025 year. 7th is July, and 11 is day, and explanation is transfusing sunlight as the key of sky grew darker, and this exceptional displays of nocturnal scent clouds was captured on July 10, means yesterday, and reflected in the calm water of Valentina Lake near Stockholm and Sweden, and from the edge of the space about 80 kilometers above Earth's surface, and the icy clouds themselves still reflect sunlight, and even though the sun is below the horizon as seen from the ground, and usually spotted at high latitude in summer months, and the night shining clouds have made a strong showing so far during the short northern summer nights. So like that, it is showing the details about the astronomy picture of today's date. So that also we can accessing from the NASA API. So this is also one way of data collection. Let's move the next one, which is how we can access the GitHub. You know, that is a version control of continuous integration, continuous delivery for portfolio, making the projects. After you are getting the projects and making the API, through that also we can access it. So here we have one URL of api.github.com of users Octocat. So through that we are getting the details about that particular GitHub details project API. So it does not require again any authentication, and returns the user details like name, repo count, followers, like that, and can be extended to list repos, commits, like that. So I'll just execute and show you. This GitHub's users Octocat. So it is just showing ID, the node ID, and any avatar URL. They have some different IDs URL with the details of that. It is showing with respect to that particular GitHub account users details of from that API list. Okay, next I want to use a feed parser, which through the we can access directly. So before using that, we have to install that feed parser in the PIP mode, because I want to make it in the Python environment. So I'm using a PIP. Okay, Python install package, install feed parser. So just you have to run that. It is installing requirements needed for this feed parser. Okay, once again I'm showing the execution. And then Google news feed parser is the one type of feed parser which feeds the fetch to latest news on the topic, because I'm taking the URL news, Google News. Through that I can feed it easily from all the topics. And again, it requires no APIs, key APIs, and returns with the structured XML extended markup language, and parsed using Python feed parser library. And it is good alternative when APIs are limited or paid. And I'm showing the first five titles with the links from the Google News. Okay, so here I'm writing first import feed parser, which already installed one, and just importing here in this code. And I'm giving the URL, RSS URL, as a news.google.com. Okay, so it's a Google News. In that, artificial intelligence related title and their link should be required here. So for that, I'm giving this link. And feed equal to feed parser dot parse of RSS URL. This is a required syntax to parse the URL from the feed parser. And for entry in feed dot entries, I'm taking the range of first five entries. So I'm writing this for loop, entry in feed dot entries. So first it has to print entry dot title, then entry dot link. So first five. So let's execute. First five news here. One, two, three, four, five. So WPP shares plummet as artificial intelligence undercuts advertising barons. So this is the first news article is there from this URL API. So let's open and check it also. So like that, you can access it easily through the feed parser. This is RSS feed parser. It's very easy to analyze here. Yeah, is slamming the advertising business. This company's earnings are another warning. Like that, you can get the details of it. So this is what we can say. This is a feed parser, very easy to use. And we have a next one. It's a scientist create biological artificial intelligence system Medical Express. So you can open that article and check it here only. So this is how feed parser work very easily. See that article, you can read it, understand about artificial intelligence with the different articles from the Google News. This is another way of accessing the data, means collection of data through the APIs. Okay, next is last. I'm giving Hugging Face Transformer. Let me make you to understand first. Hugging Face Transformer uses a pre-trained transformer model for text summarization. Okay, to make a text summarization, we are using pre-trained transformer, which itself is a Hugging Face Transformer. Okay, here again no API key is required when running in Colab. Okay, and processes input text and returns a brief summary of it, and uses a pipeline, okay, which is for a summarization and for simplicity, and is ideal for natural language processing demos and document summarizers or chatbots as well. Okay, so here what I've written, simply I've written from transformers input pipeline. So when you take the pipeline, it takes a task of everything, summarization, whatever is already there in the pre-trained model from the Hugging Face transformer, and I'm just assigning summarizer equal to pipeline of summarization. So it is taking the pipeline of all the tasks which is required for the pre-trained tokenizer fast. Okay, and I'm just writing the text. Hugging Face as provides APIs for various NLP tasks including summarization, translation, and many more, and it enables developers to quickly access powerful transformer. And I'll print the summary, so just execute it. So this is also a way of executing and taking the excess of data which is already inbuilt pre-trained model from the transformer, where already it provides the API for summarization, translations, and many for NLP tasks. So this is a way of accessing. Okay, no model was supplied, defaulted to some distribute, so revision. What all are there? It is showing its details. Okay, so this is also another way of taking the API keys to be accessible. It is showing as it is what is there, what is not. Okay, what is your maximum length here, what input you have. So since this is a summarization task where output shorter than the input are typically wanted, and when you go for like NLP type of projects, like making a projects of chatbot and some news summarization from the big article, that time we need Hugging Face transform, which is a pre-trained model. When you go for in detail of projects, then it is required, but still I'd like to take one some free demo for accessing the pre-trained model also in our data collection. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for your time. And next my tutorial topic will be reading the data from CSV as well as Excel file. Thank you. Meet you in next video.